Okay, so this is Manjaro running on a Raspberry Pi 4 4GB, and if you look at my previous video it shows you how to overclock to 2 GHz, and I'm using a Pimoroni fan shim to cool it, and this is the original Raspberry Pi, not the revision 1.2, although I do have one of those, but I'm using the older one. So to download it, go to Additions and ARM Raspberry Pi 4, and you can see that there's two versions, XFCE and KDE. Well, last video I did was an older version on XFCE, so this video I've downloaded the KDE version, and you just click on that, download it. You don't need to unzip it or anything. You can use the new Raspberry Pi tool to write it, or Balena Etcher to write it to your SD card, and so here it is running. So if let's just get rid of that so you can see, I've changed the desktop and I've also installed Chromium, but apart from that everything is stock as it comes. So if I go down to the bottom here, you can see that it's a very nice look to it. Applications, computer, history, and all your shutdown options. So if I go into applications, development, Qt Assist, I don't know any of those particular tools. I don't really do any software development myself. Education, a few things there for maths and science. Graphics. Internet, so Firefox comes pre-installed, but I prefer Chromium on the Pi. I think the performance is slightly better. Multimedia, so a couple of media players on there, that could be interesting to try. Various different Office with LibreOffice, and also a document viewer as well. Here's all your settings, and I've been using this for a couple of days now, just sort of playing around with it, and it really is a very, very polished, professional looking operating system. It really is nice to use, and the software manager is really good, really impressive. So let's go back, system, loads of things you can change on there. I've sort of been messing about with a few of those just to have a go, and utilities as well, and the emoji selector, which I couldn't get to do anything. But I don't think I've seen that on anything else. So I don't actually know what you have to do. Look, close sidebar. Yeah, so I couldn't really see what you had to do on that. Down the bottom here, you can see there's various things here. So this is a paused video. Up to date. It shows you a little, you get a little red number shows up when you've got software updates. Oh, look at that, clipboard contents is there as well, because I've been copying and pasting things. Bluetooth, sound works absolutely fine on here. I'm using my Magix card, which you'll see in my speed test video, which is an A1 card, so it's designed for faster performance. So let's go back to Chromium and close down that Manjaro one. In fact, I'll leave YouTube in the background, and let's do what I usually do. BBC News. The scrolling is a lot better now. It's been overclocked. Before it was overclocked, this was very jerky, and so it's worth overclocking. So Hot UK Deals is another one I do, because there's always lots of content on the page, lots of pictures and things like that. Yeah, it's definitely, whoop, I won't have any notifications from them. So yeah, performance does seem really nice. As an operating system, it doesn't seem to slow down much. I've installed a plugin for YouTube to block 60 FPS, because other people have mentioned to do that, and I've left just the H.264. And yeah, YouTube performance isn't the best, as is part of the course on the Pi. It'd be great when they eventually sort that out. But if I show you one of my videos, pay 50 quid. But actually, I've seen myself playing. So this is at 1080. Oh, that was supposed to be full screen. I obviously pressed something slightly wrong. There we go. That was nice, the way it went out of shape. So I've certainly seen a lot worse than that. So with the overclock, I think that, and also with the, which one's this called? It's called H.264, enhanced H.264. It just seems to have a few more options than the ordinary H.264 but I couldn't say one's better than the other, but as there was more options, I thought I'd try it. So if I close down Chromium and just go down to the file manager. Now, one of my tests I often do, if I remember, is to check my NAS drive, and I did try this, and it just didn't show up. And there might be something else you have to do. Obviously, being Linux, you can always put a different file manager on there anyway, but I couldn't see an easy way without doing anything where it just showed up. Although it could be that. Do you reckon it's that? Yeah, you still have to put in information, which on some other like Raspbian, it just shows up straight away and it works. So I like that sort of the way it just detects a NAS drive and shows it to you. But it's not a problem. If I was using this as my daily operating system, I'd obviously work out how to do it, and I'm sure it's very simple. Now, the package manager, it was one of the things that I really liked. So I think it comes up on this one if you click on the system. Yeah. So you can see all installed and updates, and the update system seems to work really quick, but you can see here under installed, very, very easy to remove things. I don't think you can make a mistake on that. It's so obvious as to how it works. Same with games. You can see there's a lot of games that are already there that you can just click on and install. Same with utilities, an awful lot of stuff on there. I also like the look of settings. So if I go into settings and system settings, you can see that it's very polished, and if I move it, you can see through to the background. Little nice touch. And if I click down, so say for instance themes, you can see that it's very easy to switch between various different themes. Plasma style, application style. Just very impressive. I could see myself, I think I'm going to keep this on a card and maybe play around with it more. But it is one of the better looking and nicer operating systems that I've tried. Okay, so we have a look on the official site just to see about some of the changes that are here. So ones that relate to the Pi, XFCE 4.14, KDE Plasma 5.18. KDE Plasma Edition now uses Breeze 2 theme, and the other one that is relevant to the Pi 4, hardware accelerated Plasma and XFCE desktops on all devices except ones that aren't the Pi. So I hope this helps. I hope you like it. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.